Distinctly average. I'm going to ask you all a stats-based question where the answer will be a number. You'll all write down an answer and then we'll average out the answers of each pair. Whichever pair's average is closest to the actual answer wins the point. According to a survey by Animal Medicines Australia, as of 2022, how many pet fish are there in Australia?
And it's unfair because there's some real psychos out there with heaps of fish.
Yeah. So you're saying that's the mark of a psychopath?
Yeah.
Okay. How many fish do you have, Rhys?
On me?
Yeah, this is fun. We've got no idea. But what a fun thing it's going to be to know the number, right?
Yep.
Let's have a look at these guesses. So, Gillian, you've got...
I guessed 800,000.
Okay. Jessie?
We're in the same ballpark, 500,000.
All right. Costa,
know.
what did you think?
No, I went with 250K.
250,000.
Yeah.
Okay. And Rhys?
I went for 380,000 and then I started to draw a big fat baby.
All right, we are going to have a look at those averages. So that means that Gillian and Jessie have an average of 650,000 and Costa and Rhys an average of 315,000. And the actual answer is 11,278,200. You were all very short of the correct number. That's so many fish.
That is a lot of fish.
Based on their relative volumes, how many times could the Earth fit into the sun?
Let's check my answer.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Courtney, let's see what you guessed. 4,000 times. Benjamin.
This is where we really depart from each other.
I tried to add a last-minute zero and it locked me out.
So, 100 times. And
was like,
Lehmo. 100 times.
We can only blame ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. At least if you're wrong together.
that's right.
aren't you,
I
down
reckon
the
it's
end?
1,000.
So, Benjamin and Courtney have an average of 2,137.5. Abbey and Lehmo, obviously, an average of 100. And the actual answer is...
Oh,
Yes! What?
Holding space, holding space.
1,300,000. Wow.
I'm not sure I can go on.
That's blown my mind.
That is horrific.
How many spaces does the largest car park in the world contain? It is in Canada. Take a guess, write it
So
down.
we just write a number.
Just write a number down on the tablets. All right. Wonder what you guessed at home. Let's have a look at what Alex chose.
I wrote 15,000.
15,000. That was a confident tone of voice.
I don't know if it's wildly too big or too small.
No,
Yeah.
we don't know.
No
Eddie,
idea.
what did you
No, I was
choose?
sitting in the same ballpark with 10,000.
So
Okay.
10,000. Let's have a look at what Emily chose.
I did 10,000 too.
10,000. Okay, this is fun. So what has Dave gone with?
It's not the size of it, it's what you do with it. It's 1,500.
Okay, they are very different averages, so this is going to make it interesting. Let's have a look. So Alex and Eddie have an average of 12,500. Emily and Dave, an average of 5,750. Who's got the point? The actual answer is 20,000. 20,000.
Oh.
According to a 2007 study published in Science magazine, how many words does a person speak on average per day?
Okay. This is a real stab in the dark.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look. What have you got, Zan? 12,000. Okay. Bob, show us what you've got. 7,000. Next pair, Geraldine. What have you put?
20,000.
So Geraldine's put 20,000. Pete, 8,050. Wow, that 50 is going to make all the difference.
It will make the difference.
It will make the difference.
Very clever.
Let's have a look at the averages. So that means Zan and Bob are working with an average of 9,500 words, and Geraldine and Pete, 14,025 words. Let's find out Who got the closer number? In fact, it's 15,942 a day. Originally broadcast between 1982 and 2004, how many episodes were there of the classic US sitcoms Cheers and Crazier combined? Okay.
The only flaw I had when working in tax was numbers. Everything else I was pretty good in.
Okay, let's see what numbers we came up with. Jenny, 1,369. Naz?
1,240.
1,240. Pretty
Wait,
similar.
does that say $12?
Bianca,
I could be way off.
203.
Hopefully you've gone high and we average it out.
Gyton,
Not much higher.
500. So let's have a look at those averages. We've got Jenny and Naz on an average of 1,304.5 and Bianca and Gyton's average is 351.5. So let's have a look at the actual answer. It's 539. How many medals did Team Australia win at the Sydney 2000 Olympics? Writing a lot of numbers.
Carry the 2.
All right, really quick down this end. Let's have a look at Gillian's answer.
I think I guessed too low.
25. All right. Patriotic spirit there. And Jessie?
I also went too low. If I could change my answer, I would change it to 100.
Keep your numbers showing. Let's have a look at Costa's 110.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Says 110.
So I take back thinking I put way too many.
And Rhys wrote?
I wrote 39 and I thought that was way too many.
Okay, so that means that Gillian and Jessie have an average of 42.5. Costa and Rhys have an average of 74.5. Which will it be? The actual answer is 58. So in fact, Gillian and Jessie are closer. How many balloons appear in the lift-off scene in the Pixar film Up? Ha ha. This one feels like a real jelly bean guessing competition, this balloon question. All right, let's see what the players thought it might be. Alex, what number?
I think it was 95. I just imagine you get bored after drawing that many balloons.
Okay, so she's guessed 95. Eddie.
Oh, we're a little far apart.
So 1,000. That's okay. We're averaging it out. Emily, what did you go with?
I went with 205.
205.
Yeah.
Great. Dave Thornton.
I went with 350.
Well, this is very interesting.
Very
Those
sensible.
averages are not going to be wildly apart. So let's have a look at that. That means Alex and Eddie ended up with an average of 547.5 and Emily and Dave 277.5. So who was closer? Let's have a look at the actual number. 20,622. Congratulations, because 547.5 is the closest to 20,622. In 2017, how many people visited the Eiffel Tower?
I'm just going for a wild guess here.
Oh, I love that.
I have no clue.
It's fun watching someone put as many zeros as the tablet can fit.
Jenny.
Okay. Let's have a look at the guesses. Jenny, we've got 3 million. Naz, 750,000 with a comma in there that confused me. 750,000.
Wait, I didn't need the comment.
You can see why you don't work as a tax consultant anymore.
Bianca, what's yours?
It was a busy year in 2017.
Okay, what have you got? Just over 3 million. 3,638,920. Okay, and Gyton?
Well, we're kind of very similar at both teams.
Oh, wow. 800,000. You are surprisingly similar. Let's have a look at the averages. So that gives Jenny and Nazeem 1,875,000, and that gives Bianca and Gyton 2,219,460. And the actual answer is 6,207,303.
Pump them through.
Congrats, everyone. So you took the point, even though you were miles off. Well done.
Yeah.
Another point for that round.
Well done.
It's too many people. I mean, the poor tower.
There's millions of tourists in Paris, and obviously what they do is visit the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, but
That
inside
is
or just look at it?
17,000 tourists a day on average. How many minutes of on-screen time do the dinosaurs have in Jurassic Park?
Oh, maybe not that long.
I mean, this is just educated guess territory. Do you know what?
Yeah.
If you knew the answer,
You'd be weird.
it'd be a strange thing to know. All right,
Great film.
shall we see what everyone wrote? So, Courtney's written 27 minutes. Benjamin,
Oh, we're very close, Courtney. 25.
25 minutes of screen time. Let's look at what Abbey went with. 20. Now, let's have a look what we've got down the end.
These answers are going to be very similar.
35.
all right.
This is very close. So that means Benjamin and Courtney end up with an average of 26. Abbey and Lehmo, 27.5. Well, let's have a look at the actual answer, shall we? It is 15, which means Benjamin and Courtney win.
CGI was expensive back
Yes.
then.
Well,
Good
yes,
point.
that's right. But when you were a kid, it felt like there were dinosaurs all the way through.
Really
Completely.
did, didn't it?
How many teeth does a great white shark have? Okay. Pete, have you written something yet?
I have.
He has. I can't tell if that's a confident or an underconfident
there's
face.
a hint of regret.
Let's have a look at our players' answers one at a time. So, Zan has put 86, and Bob has put 88. Well, that's interesting. Let's see, pair two. Geraldine,
300.
Chompers.
Yeah.
300 chompers, and Pete,
86.
86. So pair one's average is 87. Pair two, your average is 193. Let's see the actual answer. It's 300. It's 300.
With a bullet.
Thank you.
Geraldine and Pete get the point. No thanks to Pete, but you both get the point. Geraldine, you knew it.
I'm very pleased with myself.